up, gamers and high flyers? This is the Game High Podcast, your place for all sports, video games, pop culture, and everything in between as far as we're concerned. Thanks for joining us. If last week we had a special guest for sports, today marks another milestone for our podcast as we are graced by the presence of royalty, which you will find out why later on, who will talk to us about the world of eSports, particularly from her perspective, being a female gamer. That's right, female gamer. And because correct us if we're wrong, but more and more women are actually getting into this endeavor, be it casually or competitively. And I think timely because since we've just celebrated, or the world has just celebrated International Women's Day like a week ago. And better late than never as we go. Right, Carlo?
Yeah, absolutely. And as we have all been seeing, esports has actually been a cultural and industrial phenomenon that has shifted the gaming landscape. Alam mo, medyo seryoso to eh. Kasi before, we were playing with PCs, consoles, and usual.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, with the rise of technology, we have seen that shift towards, compact, on-the-go, connectivity-based playtime.
Correct. So, today's guest, like I said, royalty. It's none other. She is none other than Jikkie Lee. She is a businesswoman. Royalty because she's a former Miss Teen Philippines judge, contestant, and obviously champion. She's a broadcast journalist and also a hypecaster. You can also catch her streaming mobile games every Thursday night via her Facebook page, Jikkie LeeLuxe. Please welcome to the show, Jikkie Lee. Thanks for joining us.
Hi! Napauwi ako sa royalty. Napauwi ako ng katulad. Uy, royalty. Hi to all the listeners. Hi, Chip. Hi, Carlo.
Hi,
my fellow
Jikkie.
veterans.
Excited talaga. Sinasabi.
Thanks for having me.
Of
And
course.
no, thanks for having us with you for this episode. We really appreciate it. I know, Jikkie, we go all the way back in college, and we tried to catch up at some points, after college. But here we are, finally doing this catch up online. But welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great. Well,
let's
Jikkie,
all welcome our listeners.
Great.
Thanks for the support.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Carl, di ba may nasabi ka about our listeners last week?
Yeah, I did actually. Growing listeners, listener base, our audience. Meron tayong listeners in the US. In Vietnam, nagkakaisang listener sa Vietnam.
1% naman.
1%.
1%.
1% listener.
Yeah.
Pero kilala namin kung sino yun eh.
Yeah, definitely.
But obviously we have celebrated that milestone na growing yung audience base natin, and we want to thank everyone who has been listening to our ramblings, kaming dalawa ni Chip, for the most part of the podcast. Ngayon na we have special guests coming in, so obviously we want to celebrate their accomplishments, why we do these episodes in the future. And yun actually very good yun, and actually 5 episodes, right? This is the 5th one, so it's actually another milestone. It's the high five 5th episode.
Fifth episode, that's correct.
High five,
and
high
speaking of high five, Carlo, Jikkie, as you may have heard in our previous episodes, we do a segment called the High Five of the Week, where essentially we talk about something positive na, it's a positive event that we relish for the week. But since you're our guest, we would like to ask what your high five is, kasi usually kami ni Carlo yan. Because you're a special guest, we'd like you to elaborate or share your high five of the week. Ikaw ba? Ano ba ang positivity na ma-share mo to us and to our audience?
Well, for me, syempre pandemic, COVID, actually yung high five ko that I can share to all of our listeners for this week is, making use of our technology right now for productivity, for entertainment, because, we're just staying at home. So now we're talking about e-gaming and eSports, very timely siya, no? It's not just, actually 2-in-1 siya eh. It's both entertainment and at the same time, pwede ka rin kumita.
Wow.
Nice.
That's the nice part. Hindi na masasabi ng mga parents na puro ka, laro, kikita ka ba dyan? Sagot na ng mga bata, oo, mami. Opo, daddy.
Good point.
May
Good
pera
point.
sa e-gaming.
May pera nga. Oo, agree ako dyan.
Yeah.
Agree ako dyan.
Kaya
I've
may
been-
eSports na din di ba? Kasi it's actually, it's a recognized, professional, di ba, industry. Talagang may mga athletes na tayong tinatawag.
Correct.
Mga esports players. Yan. Mga professionals.
Actually,
Correct.
I've been watching a lot of mga streaming videos. Of course, especially yung sa'yo, Jikkie, no? And I actually enjoy yung dynamics behind it. Yung team spirit, like you said, meron siyang, the sports aspect is into it. And very, very entertaining siya to watch from time to time. And again, yun din yung naging shift din siguro nung time natin, right? Nung tayo mga bata, wala tayong mga ganitong esports. It's not like a big industry, like you said. So, yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
I'll high five to that, guys. So,
High five.
high five. Thanks, Jikkie, for sharing. Sa pag-share mo sa positive vibes mo. I like your energy always. Nasabi ko nga sa'yo kanina before we were starting to record. Same giddy. Same giddy, same energy that I have felt from you before when
Way
we
back
were
in college.
way back in college. That is correct. No? Okay.
Salamat.
After all these years, ayun nga, hindi tayo nakakapag-catch up. Kami ni Carlo, we only see your posts on Facebook. I mean, that's how everybody gets to be updated these days. Ikaw, Jikkie, personally, kamusta ka na?
I'm good naman. Very busy. Actually, this is the reason why pumasok ako sa e-gaming during pandemic. But even before, gamer naman na talaga ako. It's just na, medyo finormalize ko lang siya now by, putting up my page and streaming regularly. Yan, and learning the dynamics of streaming. Hindi pala siya ganun kasimple. Maraming challenges. But all is good right now. So, we just have to think, paano tayo magiging productive and entertained at home habang tayo naka-lockdown pa.
Absolutely.
How's your family naman and how are your kids?
So, family's good and thank you God kasi we're all healthy naman. So far, wala pa nagkaka-COVID.
Hopefully
so,
wala, ever.
Talaga. Hopefully never. So, ingat lang talaga. Thanks for asking though.
Okay, good. And ikaw ba, let's set aside gaming for now because that would be our main topic of conversation naman maya-maya. What have you been up to besides gaming since college? like I said, we've been disconnected ever since graduating from college. But in between college and up to now, what has been up with you?
Actually, online pa din.
Okay.
I started this online business when I was after college na to, before law school. It's a LeeLuxe official. So, retail and merchandise siya where I sell authentic designer luxury goods for men and women. Then I do the broadcasting. So, what's good is nag-shift na rin lahat to online So, nagtitaping lang ako here sa bahay. And then the business, since it's online, tuloy pa din naman siya. So, instead of, personal meetups and viewings, naging e-viewings na.
Nice.
Yeah, through video calls. If they have inquiries, they want to see the item, ganun, e-viewings na siya.
Nice. Na-integrate mo lahat yun, parang nagkaroon ka ng smooth transition from everything offline to online.
Yeah,
so,
actually,
you took advantage of it.
Yeah, malaking challenge din actually before kasi 'di ba parang noon traditional, people were always saying na ba't di ako mag-put up ng store, ganyan, parang hindi daw legit kasi social media lang, online. Then I thought na parang kasi it works naman if you do it online. Then I just focused on, building the brand name of the shop hanggang sa nag-grow siya ng nag-grow. And I'm glad, na despite lahat ng mga criticisms before, pinagpatuloy ko siya. Kasi right now, it's really convenient na, walang rent, ganon. So, I just pay taxes and the usual na mga basic minus the rent. So,
of course.
yung mga gusto din mag-online business, go nyo lang yan. Basta never quit, never give up.
You mentioned criticisms, Jikkie. criticisms that you came across na?
Yeah, when I was in law school kasi, when I started this business, wala akong inventory. So what I did was I started selling my personal bags. And then may mga classmates ako nagsabi, naghihirap ka na ba? Why are you selling your bags? Naghihirap ka ba? Ganon. Then I would just always say na I'm starting something here, and luxury bags mahal di ba?
Correct.
So I said, whatever I have, this is where I'll start. So, bibili ka ba? Yan lang lagi ko sinasabi. Bibili ka ba? Tapos may magkikriticize sa akin. Sabi ko, sige, okay lang yan. Eto, ganito lang yan, mura lang. Bibili ka ba? Hanggang sa nakilala na lang nila ako na, si Jikkie, pag nyo anihin yan, kasi handa nyo, dapat may pambili na kayo.
Auto sell pala.
Auto sell. Add to cart. Add to cart dati offline.
Kagad ng ni G.
No, I like the part kasi that she was gritty with what she wanted.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang
it's the vision Yeah, stick ka lang talaga. Kasi marami talagang mag-criticize for, starting a business, ganyan. Hindi lahat magsusupport sa'yo.
Yeah.
So you just, parang baby lang din yung business You have to nurture it, alagaan mo, i-grow mo. Hanggang sa yun, you will finally reap the rewards.
Kind of what we're doing with this podcast, no? So, if you're saying it, parang ito yung baby namin ni Chip pero medyo weird. Pero anyway,
it's fun and it's really in right now, diba?
People
are listening more and more to podcasts.
Correct. Pero kasi may sinabi si Carlo na baby, it is weird.
It is weird.
It's not. It's a passion project, Carlo, please.
Passion project. I'm just going through what Jikkie said na, businesses are your baby, right? Anything that you do with passion, it's actually it's your baby talaga. Alagaan mo talaga siya. And what Jikkie said about naysayers and people who criticize you, it's not normal, but it's actually a phase that you have to go through. Kaya yun yung nilaban ni Jikkie, I think. And you have your store still up right now, right?
Yes, it's still up and okay naman siya.
And that was exactly. Yun yung para naging progression niya. Even after 10 years, it's still up there. So that's actually a good job to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kung may business podcast tayo, Carlo, I would have delved deeper into how she got through her business. Let's talk about that, Jikkie, in some other time.
Yeah, some other
curious
topics.
Tuloy ako diba?
Yun na to motivate din and inspire yung mga gusto mag-start ng online business.
Yeah, maybe that would be a different line of discussion siguro in the future. That would be very, very interesting for us to do.
I agree.
Yeah, but going back, Jikkie, you actually, alam mo, I was saying to everyone, I was saying to these two people a while ago before we started this conversation. Jikkie and I were actually batchmates in San Beda. And this is actually the first time na nagkaroon tayo ng interaction, Jikkie, right? And I'm very surprised na you're actually a big gamer yourself. And so
sinabi niya kanina
Yeah, you mentioned that, right?
Din ako. Parang, Talaga?
And you have...
Wala sa itsura honestly.
Wala sa itsura. Medyo judgy yun pero okay lang.
Yeah, but not to, I didn't mean that, of course, in a negative way, but parang all of a sudden, I just didn't see Jikkie being a gamer. Siguro kasi back then, not a lot of women, diba, are seen as gamers, diba? So, they're all in other more serious stuff But right now, gamers or gaming has become a more serious stuff. And Jikkie, I think, transcended that, yung part na yan to something more casual, to being more competitive. Sige, let's do something more, for a cause, diba? So, I think she transcended that, and that's actually one of the things that we're gonna talk about. But before that, Jikkie, explain to us how big of a gamer you are.
I play every day. So, currently kasi I'm streaming Mobile Legends and I play every single day.
Wow. Good job.
Yeah.
Gaano katagal ka naglalaro sa isang araw? Just to ask.
It depends. Kasi may sa games kasi, may mga rewards and tasks that, keeps you motivated to complete them. So, you will get, items to make your heroes stronger, stuff like that. So, magaling din yung mga games They keep you hooked.
Well, tell us about that. Ako, actually, I'm a very big console gamer myself. So, interested to know, Jikkie, apart from Mobile Legends, what are the other games do you usually play?
I'm exploring Dota 2 and
Mm.
Valorant and
Valorant, yeah.
yeah, Valorant, and I just downloaded Call of Duty. Yeah. Pero
When
mas
did...
kasi ako pang MOBA ako yung parang
Mm.
Mobile Legends, yung interactive na 5v5 ganun.
Mga
Mm.
strategy
I'm not
games.
strategy. I'm not into RPG games, yung mga solo kasi I feel
Ah.
so alone pag RPG.
Okay.
Social
Nakikita ko na
kasi
yung
akong
profile
tao.
mo. Okay.
Kaya gusto ko yung MOBA games. Kasi like, 10 kayo dun 5v5, diba? Then actual, you get to chat during in-game, ganyan. So, I'm more of an interactive person.
Gusto mo yung may social, may social
Yes.
with.
May
And-
competition, gano'n.
Anong Call of Duty yung na-download mo pala? Or yung kakabili mo lang?
Wait lang. Is
Is
this
it Warzone?
Yeah,
Warzone
Warzone.
yan, oo.
Yung Warzone. That's free. Oo. Kasama siya nung Call of Duty pack right now na Yeah.
Oo.
Pero Jikkie, question lang. Nag-Ragnarok ka ba dati?
No. Level up.
No, because that's also interactive gaming, di ba?
Is that the Imba?
Hindi ko alam yun.
Honestly, not sure, pero naalala ko Ragnarok.
I think that was college, no? Nung college.
Yeah, that was
college
college.
yun.
College.
Nung time na yun kasi, pa ako serious pa ako sa studies ko, no?
Ngayon wala na pag-aaral, laro na lang.
Yeah.
Guys, our listeners, just so you know, Jikkie was a decorated college student in San Beda. So, if yung sinasabi niyang seryoso siya sa studies nun, yes, it's actually true. So, if you need some proof, you can ask some Beda yourself. So, malalaman niyo.
Oh, thank you.
No
Scholar
worries.
din kasi ako nun, di ba?
Correct.
Chip and Carlo.
You really have to. Oh yeah, you really have to keep up with certain grades,
The
di ba?
grades,
May maintain ka nun, yeah.
Otherwise, GG yung scholarship.
GG.
Mahirap na, yeah, correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Pero you started gaming itself, Jikkie. Exactly when?
I started serious gaming talaga August last year lang.
Last year.
Just recently.
Yeah.
Fairly
That's
recent.
serious. Let's say casual, as in parang whenever you get the chance to play.
Casual, siguro law school.
Law school.
Yeah. Law school. I started playing yung Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, yung mga ganun. Gardenscapes, ang corny. Parang Candy Crush yun eh. Yeah. Pero yung talagang intense games, ngayon lang. And then last year. During pandemic.
What about console gaming? Like PlayStation, Nintendo, all those?
Not much. I'm more of a mobile games ako. Tsaka
games
right now, I just got my PC recently, just last quarter of last year. So, I'm starting to, get the hang of it. Kasi, syempre, iba yung yung UI niya.
May setup ka na, no?
Nakita ko nga, nagsisetup ka na eh. Ini-improve mo eh, di ba?
Setup. Konti-konti, dagdagan natin. Yeah.
Your kids, are they also into mobile gaming? Nakakalaro mo ba sila?
Oh, yes. My son, Jiro, he's into Minecraft, like, sobra.
Wow.
Okay.
And I allowed them to play. So, for our listeners din, kasi yung iba, diba, parang negative impression agad if you allow the kids to play. But it's actually, building yung rules from the onset. Kasi, like me, pag morning, they're really not allowed to use their gadgets.
Yep.
So they have to play with their, traditional toys. Their robots, their, dolls, stuff like they play together. And then afternoon, they have their class, then their assignments. And after that, they have unlimited time to play up until their bedtime.
Okay. So
they
meron
see
pa
that
ring
as a
organization eh. Oo, meron pa ring organization
surprise.
in that one.
Yeah, and a reward. I think yung maganda yung dynamics na yan when it comes to, allowing your kids to play. I think it's something that we can cover at the latter part of our conversation. Pero
Yeah.
how old are your kids, by the way, Jikkie?
The youngest she just turned 5 and the eldest
happy
is
birthday.
6. Yeah, nung
6.
Feb. Ngayon yung eldest ko magsi-7 na yan this year. So 5 and 6 kasunod lang.
Minecraft is actually a very popular game among the kiddos these days.
Yeah.
Kasi it's yung very creative siyang game, right? It allows you to build.
It's like your Lego pero on mobile, di ba?
Or
Yeah, it's good. Kasi ano siya, life skill siya eh. Like,
yeah.
you have to build your house, you have to get the raw mats, you have to, get food. I just disabled the chat part. Yun, that's very important. Because when you open the chat, ayan na. You'll be exposed to, some toxic, you don't know whatever out there.
So, yung parental guidance doon, no?
Maraming stories na
Yeah.
ganyan, diba?
So, yun lang very important, no, for parents who have kids.
So walang online chat, walang audio behind it. Okay. No, that absolutely makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
he plays
Jikkie's
it
way
alone.
of parenting also, and I think that alam naman ni Jikkie on how she does it. She knows her kids well. I mean, those who maybe criticize her because of that one, she puts order eh. So that's something na hindi naman siya yung parang basta kayo maglaro, bahala kayo.
Yeah,
that's
foundation.
Yeah,
foundation talaga.
She still is looking out for the holistic development of her kids. And that's a great way to look at it.
Because if you don't let them play, their generation na kasi mahuhuli sila. Diba? Like in their class, their classmates, they talk about the games like that. They will feel left out.
Yeah.
But it only becomes negative if, the parents, they are busy and then, laruin mo na yung iPad mo, laruin mo. Dun that becomes, a bad habit.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
if you have an organized schedule throughout the day, then, it's okay. Parang reward na nila yun.
Parang,
and, expose them to technology.
Yeah. Parang tayo lang nung bata tayo, di ba? Nung bata tayo, we were usually playing, or, if we play outside, or if we're, watching popular shows, that's the kind of, parang left out nga. And it's just a generational thing, yung culture ngayon and yung age ngayon ng mga kids, that they have these kinds of, or may mga peers sila who are playing the same thing. It's very big. So it's not much, it's a big difference, but it's very still similar, I would say.
Yeah. They have to be educated about technology.
Okay.
Kasi yan na talaga eh. Tayo nga millennials, diba? Lalo na sila.
Nako.
Yeah, it's all about moderation. Moderation and control and the parental guidance.
Yeah. Jikkie, tell us about Mobile Legends. How did you start playing that? And what made you interested in playing Mobile Legends?
Okay, so I have a supporter or a follower sa private Facebook. And he kept on, encouraging me to download the game.
Okay.
Sabi niya na I'll help you, turuan kita, ganyan. So ako parang sige, I might give it a try, ganun. Then I found out my cousins, Japs and Jaguar Gaming, they're also streamers that they're playing the Mobile Legends. And then napag-usapan namin together with my sister, Jennifer Lee. So yun, we started downloading the game and then we had so much fun playing.
So what made it fun for you when you first time that you played it? Ano yung naging masaya doon sa game na yun?
It's because ang dami mong dapat pag-aralan eh. So first of all, it's very competitive and I like that, and interactive siya. And when it comes to streaming, you can allow your followers, your supporters to join your game. And then very interactive siya actually. So kahit naglalaban-laban kayo, it's very fun. Where 10 kayong maglalaban-laban. And then, up to now, kahit mythic na yung rank ko. Kasi that's the highest na mythic. So,
okay. Taas na nga nun, yeah.
Kahit mythic na ako, I still consider myself as a beginner. Kasi I haven't studied all of the heroes, all of their skills, all of the items. So, mahirap pa rin kasi like pag nakalaban mo siya, I haven't used this hero, ganyan. You don't know how to counter it. That's so fun.
Nag-specialize ka sa isang character, kumbaga.
Actually, nung una marksman ako. So yun yung mga damage dealers pero easy to die, malambot kumbaga. Then I shifted to mage, ito yung mga magic damage. Masakit din, but easy to die din.
Okay.
And then, ang pinaka hindi ko ma-imagine talaga is magtatank ako. Tank is yung sumasalo ng damage.
Support siya, right?
Yeah.
Actually, support is iba pa eh. Support
iba
yung
pa
mga
yun.
nag-heal, mga nagsuslow ng mga enemies. Yung tank kasi talaga, siya yung nagsiset. Kung bakit trap niya yung kalaban. Tapos, makunat ang tawag sa gaming. Makunat.
So strategic pala. Strategic pala
Yeah.
yung
May mga
style mo.
rules yan. So, marksman, assassin, mage, fighter, support, and tank. So, 6 rules. I've already studied 5 rules. Ang hindi ko na lang naaral is assassin.
Okay.
Pero bakit hindi ka parang iisip mong magiging tank yung character mo?
Because it's more of a male role. Kasi ikaw yung fronta eh. Ikaw yung sasalo ng damage. Ikaw yung magsiset. Ikaw yung magtatrap. Tapos nasa likod lang yung mga, like marksman, nasa likod yung mga damage dealers. Tira ka lang tira, ganun. Ikaw tumasalo lahat ng damage. So parang it's more of a brave or tough guy kind of role.
Wow, okay.
Bihira actually ang nagtatank na babae. I can say that. Okay. Bihira. Usually yung babae, mage, marksman, support.
Opensa talaga sila.
The bridging the stereotype yan, Jikkie. I mean, that kind of breaks barriers, to be honest. Kasi, I mean, why is it really written on the page na women can't be yung like in the role ng Mobile Legends na hindi sila sumasalo ng damage or playing the tank role. So actually that's a very good that's a very good transition, and as you were trying to develop your playing style. Now, why not, right? Why not? That's absolutely admirable, to be honest.
Challenge kasi if you're entering the game, usually wala ka ng choice eh. Kasi like, if ikaw yung last pick, yung kasama mong 4 members, usually nag-pick na sila ng marksman, may assassin, may fighter, and you're left with, you should be the tank. So I was forced to study different roles because you have to adjust eh. Not all the time you'll be able to pick the hero that you want or you're used to. So you have to adjust. Kasi pag hindi, sa tawagin ka nilang cancer.
Cancer.
Cancer. Ganun, cancer.
Familiar term yan sa mga... Ako kasi I play, I play online games din. So, CSGO and Valorant, actually, I'm getting into it. So, yung mga friends ko, like si Ray Tai, kilala yan ni Chip. Yun yung usually na mga kansera na usapan, kumbaga, yung mga pinag-uusapan.
Diba?
So yeah, you had this fun playing Mobile Legends, right? Na-enjoy nyo as a family and your friends. Pero when you decided to start hosting or streaming your games online, tell us about what you were doing, what was the decision making behind it? Ano yung araw na yun when you decided to, maybe I can just share this experience online?
It was with the support of my cousins. Sila na kasi yung nagsistream na talaga before. Like si Japs Gaming and Jaguar Gaming, both of them. So that's where I just, sabi ko, sige, try lang. And then I was overwhelmed na ang daming nag-follow, daming nagsusupport, nakakatuwa. And then I started thinking na, gawa tayo nitong my Facebook page will be a platform na, para maka-help. Simple ways makatulong sa mga supporters, o followers, o viewers. Kaya nakataba ng puso kasi meron akong pa-tournament, so may mga load na prize. And then,
we've seen that.
Lang yun, 50 pesos, 100 pesos na price, na load. Magpi-PM talaga sila sa akin, like, ate, thank you so much kasi gagamitin daw niya yung load for data para daw sa module or classes niya, online classes. Yung iba naman, sabihin, ate, thank you sa pa-load. Maka daw siya yung online business niya. Yung mga ganitong simpleng bagay. When I received that message, lalo kong na-encourage, na-motivate na, ipagpatuloy lang, how we can help. Then, recently, yung Yolanda, yung mga Yolanda tuloy, Typhoon Ulysses.
Malayo, Yolanda. Pero...
Ulysses, ayan, yung mga Typhoon Rolly din, diba?
Basta yung tatlong bagyo na humampas sa Pilipinas.
Oo, diba? Grabe yun.
Very devastating.
So, yung stars donation, I streamed for almost a month din ata yun eh. Lahat ng sisend na stars, idodonate siya. So
Anong
yun,
kinonvert mo dun? Like from the stars itself,
when
themselves?
when people, yun kasi, if you wanna send stars, you just have to purchase it through Facebook.
Okay.
Using, may iba-ibang modes of payment naman yan. May GCash, credit card, etc. Then you send stars sa mga level up na gaming creator kagaya ko. So, the page has to be, in a level up status para makapag-send kayo ng stars. So, when you send stars, diretso siya sa, bank account ng streamer. Yeah, may conversion siya, may deduction din yung Facebook. So, parang 30% ata or 20%?
Parang
Not
tax.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yun, have a dedicated account for that para nakahiwalay siya sa personal, para hindi magulo. Yun, tapos, yun na. Pagpasok mo, you can withdraw every two months. Makukuha
Every 2
siya.
months.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's actually one of the reasons why we're very particular in talking to you, Jikkie. Kasi you're one of the few streamers that we personally know na meron kang support behind why you do the streaming, right? And it's for support for students, like you mentioned, and
For good cause.
for good causes,
Yes.
essentially, right? And that's
Yeah.
very something that's really rare. Kasi most streamers, right? And I'm not trying to generalize anything here na karamihan naman ng streamers, it's usually for profit kasi, di ba, like you said in the start, may pera talaga sa e-games and stuff like that. But it's good to have a good cause behind everything, especially in a very big and a very profitable industry like, eSports, na may ganun klaseng dynamic behind it.
Oh, thank you. Pero totoo yan, it's a lucrative industry, itong e-gaming and esports. It's just so happen na sa side ko naman, I decided na this is, just my hobby, tapos tulong-tulong sa mga viewers and followers. But if, you want to enter into streaming, okay din siya pagkakitaan mo. But, hindi siya yung instant. You really have to be consistent. Hindi patient, consistent. You have to consistently stream. And then, marami ding challenges yan. But, you just have to be relaxed and chill. Kasi minsan di maiwasan dito sa, gamer industry. Marami kasing toxic. Saka mga trash talkers. Madami talaga. Actually, Mobile Legends, sobrang daming toxic, swear. As in, trash talkan talaga. So, sa page ko, yan, it's one of my, kumbaga, visions yan, is to promote, healthy gaming industry.
Yan.
So, always yan sa stream ko, bawal po yung trash talk, yung no toxic behavior, ganyan, kundi matatanggal kasi we're promoting yung healthy gaming industry. Yeah. Kaya medyo maboss pa. Sabi ko, dito sa stream, bawal. Pag wala na kayo, sige lang. Bahala na kayo.
Sa bagay.
At least napapractice nyo.
You've hosted
restraint.
Jikkie, you've hosted or played in a number of tournaments as of today. Ano ba yung weirdest, craziest, or most unusual experience mo as a host?
As a host, craziest, weirdest. Siguro it's more of the trash talking talaga.
Can you give us a specific instance ano yung nangyari doon?
Like on top of your head, ano naisip mo?
Well, yung mga kasi sinesensor naman in fairness ng Mobile Legends. Nakaka-ask there's if you're typing something, ganyan.
Okay.
Pero yung sa isang pa-tournament ko, it's actually crazy in a good way. Kasi, sila di ba, iba-ibang squads yan eh. Ang dami nilang naglaban. So, if this squad versus another squad, sa comment section ng live stream ko, grabe yung love and support ng each squad. So, nakakatawa to a point na basta mahal ko si ganto, si ganyan. Tapos, yung mga girlfriends, yung mga girlfriend, grabe, nag-aaway-away na sila doon. Pero, hindi yung away na below the belt. Yung, alam mo, mahal na mahal nila yung mga boyfriend nila.
May mga ganun talaga.
Oo, tapos minsan naman, may nabubuong love na partner, ganyan, sa live stream. Nagkakabiruan kasi. Parang, wala pang jowa yan, ganyan. Tapos sabi, uy, ako, ganyan. Tapos may ireretos, nag-I love you-han na. Tapos meron pa mga funny and crazy, yung pustahan. Halimbawa, may friends sila naglalaro, pusta tayo, mananalo yan, papakalbo ko pag hindi.
Mm.
Natalo. Nagpakalbo talaga siya.
Nagpakalbo talaga.
Pinakita niya.
Pinakita niya.
Okay.
Oo.
Ah.
Nasa profile pic niya si Punja. Streamer din yun Punja Gaming. Pakalbo talaga siya. So actually, it's very fun.
Yun din yun no? I think that's the benefit ng playing online with other people kasi may mga ganyang klaseng interaction.
Oo. So if you
It's
wanna
actually
be a
good
streamer,
natured,
ayan,
actually.
okay siya. Oo. It depends talaga how you carry your page. Pag
Yeah.
alam naman lang yun yung role mo, most of them naman mababait eh. Most of the followers, they're really nice. Then you can ban naman eh. You can ban followers pag toxic, ayan. Pwede naman yun. Kasi you have to protect din your followers eh.
Image.
Most of them, sa page ko, most of them are nice eh. So pag merong toxic doon, you have to remove them because, naninega din yung followers mo. Minsan, syempre, sa sobrang support nila sa akin, iinit ulo nila, ganun-ganun.
Yeah.
It causes negativity on the page.
Exactly.
So, you have to protect them as well.
And it influences, right? So, yun nga, yung protection mo of your image, number one. And then, of course, the kind of, yung culture, it's like your own community, kumbaga, your page. You have over 10,000 followers already, and that's something that's a big base, kumbaga. And that's something that you also have to
That's
protect.
a big, solid base, actually.
Yeah, you have to protect them then.
Yeah. Okay.
But other streamers, they don't mind at all.
Actually, but maybe
they don't
kasi,
mind the toxicity, the ganon, hindi sila nagbabasa masyadong comments. It depends din sa streamers.
Basta maglaro na lang, no? Or something.
Oo, more followers, ganyan, more, it depends on your strategy na din.
Jikkie, kasi may nabanggit ka na kanina about, the women, parang they also get into this trash talking with other gamers. Pero sa nakita mo, how different are they from the male gamers? Or how competitive are they?
Kasi you can't really tell the gender eh. If you're playing in-game with random players. Most of them kasi they use, not their real photos. So, you don't know the gender. So, I can't really say. Pero, sa ko kasi sa stream ko, since kilala natin yung mga followers natin, usually kasi puro male players. I'd say mga 90%? 95. Ganun. Konti lang talaga yung female players. Yeah. At least in my stream.
It is in your streaming. Okay.
Yeah.
Competitive gaming, kasi 'di ba may mga from the casual to the mini tournaments or the mini communities and to the bigger stages na may city competitions or regional competitions, and then you have these in other parts of the world na, for example, mga college varsity teams, meron na silang eSports team. Even, of course, the professional ones, diba? Like, for example, si Bren Esports is a professional esports team. Do you have, like, an interest in the short term to put up your own team?
Yes, I do. I actually do. So, yung mga gustong mag-stream or nagsistream, actually, that's, another option. So, yung lucrative aspect kasi of e-gaming is not just, the star sent or ads being played sa live stream mo, but you can also actually manage teams. You can organize tournaments and, look for sponsors. And then you can also participate as, a professional or an athlete, a game e-sport athlete. So, yan, marami siyang, options.
So, when ikaw ba, kasi you have like already a timeline, kailan ka magbubuo ng team in your team?
Wala pa, pero it's in my heart na talaga. Kasi I have friends na, syempre nakakalaro ko, then naano ko na parang ang galing naman nito. Sometimes I send them diamonds or skins, mga ganyan. Kasi they're so good, but wala silang, alam mo yung pang-angas sa mga skins. So sometimes I send them, tapos parang ako inisip ko na, parang mas okay na formalize ng esports team. It's gonna be challenging kasi yan they have to play daily and they have to be together actually. So, isa sa challenges kasi yung ito nga, itong COVID. They
Mm-hmm.
have to play together to, to form yung talagang teamwork
Mm-hmm.
that they have to be 5 players. But it's already in my mind. Siguro this year, let's see.
This year, let's see.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm just so proud of them.
Do you have a like
Hoping.
a team name already in mind, Jikkie?
Wala pa pero most likely baka Jezro.
Jezro.
Why
Yeah, that's
Why
the
Jezro?
name
Jezro?
of my kids. Jessica and
Ah,
Jiro.
yeah. Okay.
Jezro. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, we're looking forward to that. Pag nangyari yan, let us know.
Sana,
Let's do
sana.
another
Yeah,
feature on
yeah.
our podcast as well at the same time when that
Mm-mm.
happens.
That's something kasi na, if you're breaking into the next level kumbaga ng competition sports or esports, I think that will take your interest level, Jikkie, to the next step Kasi you said you really enjoy the competitive nature behind it. So I think
Mm.
you have fun, right? Once you take that na meron ka ng actually mas better stage for that to do.
Yeah. Kasi before gamer ako, businesswoman talaga ako So,
Yeah.
this thing na, managing a team, it's also parang you're a business person, di ba? You're managing them.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, you want to help them. Kasi nga, nakakatuwa ang gagaling. So,
Yeah.
it's just that I want to give more avenues, ma-expose pa sila.
Yep.
Nakakalaro ko kasi ang galing talaga. Natutuwa ako, napaproud ako.
Nice.
If not Jikkie of forming your own team just yet, I mean, sure, nasa puso mo naman yan somewhere down the line. What about joining a team? Is that something that you're also looking forward to do?
I don't think so. Kasi ito, you have to do it daily talaga Then, that's when you want to be talaga e-sport professional,
Mm-hmm.
may mga academy pa yan. You really study the game and everything. And I'm a mom.
Oh, yeah.
I have
Okay.
2 kids. I also run a business. So, gaming for me is more of helping others
Mm-hmm.
and, entertaining myself as well and other people. So,
Yeah.
by organizing siguro yon yung mga tournaments and creating a team, a squad, siguro that would be the most likely yung path na pupuntahan ko.
I see.
But I'll still play every day. Hanggat di pa ako nagsasawa.
So maglalaro ka later tonight then after this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yun pala yun.
You mentioned na every Thursday may stream ka na. Parang kasi nag-break ka from Christmas.
Yeah.
And then sabi mo like fairly recently lang na babalik ka na ulit with your streaming. How long will that season, so to speak, last? No?
Na-invite ako ng JCI Manila to be yung pa pala, a shoutcaster. Could be another, career opportunity for streamers. So if you're a professional shoutcaster, you get paid pretty decent. So ganun. But the JCI Manila, it's for, for my friends. Ganun.
Right.
Yeah, so every Thursday I'll be streaming. It's their tournament, so I'm invited as their guest streamer and shoutcaster. So that would be until May. So March, April, May. Matagal din siya.
May kalendaryo ka na ba like of activities for the year?
For streaming?
Yeah, oo. Mga activities
Wala naman.
So far ito pa lang yung sa JCI pa
Yeah,
lang.
so far.
Right.
So
maybe we can just shift the topic a bit and just dive into esports siguro quickly. So you mentioned in the start of our discussion, Jikkie, it's actually sports already, right? Esports or parang may parang aspects into it. Pero for you personally, what aspects of the sports, like we talk about basketball, tennis or so on, what aspects of this from sports does it take in esports? Ano yung mga elements do you think that's surrounding that?
Well, it's skills. Skills din talaga siya And consistency. So, with any kind of sport, yung mga athletes, Olympians, it's really discipline and consistency. And as with games, ganun din talaga You have to, have the discipline and consistency for you to master the game. And, these professionals, these esports professionals is, they take the game really seriously.
Right.
So, yun, it's the discipline.
the discipline behind it. And to
Yeah.
you, Chip, kasi ikaw someone who is, well, at least tayo pareho, right? We in the traditional sports sense. Do you think na do you agree with Jikkie, or what are your thoughts?
Uh, it's tough. Well, okay. I'm just gonna put it in my personal experience. Alala ko yung kapatid ko. I mean, he put it in a description of me when he was in high school na magaling daw ako mag-video games. Pero sinabi niya, no, that's parang segue siya. That's safe to say also that he's also taking care of his studies, blah, blah, blah. Pero I was just an average student back then. But I think in terms of, tama si Jikkie, in terms of skills, but diving further into that, yung hand-eye coordination. Ako kasi I'm putting in I'm putting in the sense of the console. It's really on the hand-eye coordination. Your reflexes, it's also a test of it. And I think may mga studies naman tungkol dyan that have playing video games actually helps in terms of reflexes. Like for example, si Guitar Hero. Totoo yun. And parang feeling ko naging subject nga ako ng study nila that on the first day na hindi mo makukuha yung hindi mo may hit yung mga notes masyado. But the next day, because naglaro the day before, the next day makukuha mo siya because apparently it's muscle memory. So dun nga lumalabas yung hand-eye coordination, yung quick reflexes, and it also helps your your muscle memory. Diba?
Yeah,
And
sabi nga nila
also,
fast hands.
Fast hands, correct.
Tapos pag trash talk, slow hands.
Slow hands ba? It also helps then kasi it takes a lot also in terms of skill and your senses. Gaano ka maging creative, gaano ka maging strategic, gaano ka maging quick, to decide. And it's reflected also on what you do with other sports, like in basketball, volleyball, or individual sports like tennis or golf. So matetest din ng utak mo yan. So it is I think in terms of esports, mas matetest yung thinking mo, yung mental
Yes, agree.
mental skills, 'di ba? So yeah, I really agree with what she said with regard to that one.
Yep.
Agree dun sa mental strategy kasi talaga sa gaming.
In terms of the positive things that people get, let's say through online mobile games or e-gaming, what do you think yung mga positive things that e-gaming brings to the table, Jikkie? And what about negatives? Yeah. Maybe we'll start with the positive first.
Sige, for the positive is, you get to bond with your friends, your family in an entertaining way. And of course, with the e-gaming, yung live streaming out there, you also have, the opportunity to earn as well, extra income. And yun, yung camaraderie lang talaga, bonding. And you also get to meet new people outside of your circle. So you get to make new friends, during in-game or when you're streaming, you get to meet new people. Actually, I have lots of friends because of itong streaming. And I just met them.
Personally, offline.
No, not personally. But, may many times talaga gusto nilang mag-visit. Talaga lang, nag-iingat kasi nga COVID.
Of course.
I have kids, ganyan. So, but, they're really sweet, supportive, mababait sila. And, that's one of the beauty nitong sa gaming industry. You get to meet lots of people. And, yun, bonding. Sa negative naman, well, ganun pa rin as usual, the toxicity is there. And yun, more of the toxicity, the trash talking. But you can ignore that. During in-game, you can, huwag mo na lang masyadong tignan yung chat. And medyo relax ka lang, chill ka lang. Yung iba kasi pag natatalo, syempre they take it really seriously kasi affected yung, yung standing nila, yung rank nila. So, we should all just remember that at the end of the day, this is just a game. And iba pa rin yung, how we deal with people in real life.
Yeah, we were supposed, or at least we were supposed to ask you kasi, Jikkie, na, the negativity. Kasi, personally ako, I spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos. I see a lot of streamers. I see a lot of influencers, kumbaga, into gaming and such. Like, Twitch, YouTube, whatever. But you kind of actually drove to the point already na kasi you can just choose to ignore it. Most of the streamers that I've usually been watching, wala silang rules, so anything goes. So it's all about,
Mm.
their audience, right? And their siguro yung brand nila that they also want to give, right? And yun yung
Mm.
popularity these days ng mga napapansin kong mga biggest streamers in the world right now, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, siguro it's just a different experience for me. For me, the negativity about esports is really wala kasi siyang regulations eh. Although that's
Wala
the
pa nga.
internet for us, right? Yun naman yung parang yun yung world ng internet na hindi mo siya. You can freely say anything. Wala naman nagbumabawas sa iyo. It's absolute freedom kumbaga.
It's an
But at the
open world,
same,
'di ba?
it's an open
In a
world.
game parlance, it's
Correct.
an open world.
And
In
that's yeah, go ahead.
mm. in Mobile Legends naman, you can actually you can report players. Meron
Mm.
dong
Okay.
button na negative player, verbal abuse. May mga ganun
Right,
eh.
right, right.
But their account won't be banned. They will just be, muted for 2 hours, 6 hours, depende sa gravity ng
Oh,
sinasabi. You're
Yeah.
banned
may
to enter
controls pa
into
rin.
matches. Yeah,
Uy,
but still, diba? At least kahit papaano.
Yeah,
is
May,
that within your grasp as a tournament organizer? Or si Mobile Legends na yung sa sensor sa ganun?
meron. After the game, you
Mhm.
can click the player and then there's a button there na report. So there are
Mm.
6 options there. Merong idling, going offline, intentional feeding, yung talaga nagpapatalo,
yeah.
verbal abuse, a negative player, yan, yung mga
Mhm,
ganun.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
There are options there. And, their credit score will be deducted.
mhm,
So, pag mababa yung credit score mo, you cannot, enter into ranked games or you
mhm,
cannot participate in Mobile Legends tournament, yung in-game
mhm,
na tournament. And then you
mhm.
can be muted. So,
Oh,
during in-game, you cannot chat.
nice. Okay.
Yeah. So, at
All
least,
right.
kahit pa paano, may mga ganun.
Correct.
So
Sa
what's
Certain
tournament
people.
ko
next?
naman, autoban
Oh,
yun.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
may, so parang one shot, one strike policy ka, ganun.
Yeah.
As I said nga, Jikkie, we're basically going to wrap things up in a few. And part of the thing that we round up everything in today's match point segment, basically our final take for the day. Whether we agree on certain subjects or not. And ikaw ba, Jikkie, in terms of your final take for our topic for today, we want to be more specific kami ni Carlo, not just, the usual general things that we do. Pero ikaw, kasi you've already mentioned about e-games being, a lucrative profession, maraming pwedeng magawa dito, not just to earn but also to have fun. Pero what would you suggest to those who are A, forming a team, B, being competitive, and C, trying to host their own tournaments? What would be your suggestions to aspiring streamers or
All right.
tournament people alike?
Okay, so for those who want to form a team, so it could be you looking for, 4 team members or creating a squad. So, kailangan makakasama nyo is, positive din. Na mahirap din kasi kapag meron kayong kasamang negative player kasi minsan nadadama yung squad. So, sometimes, when your squad mate, halimbawa, nag-play siya alone or with, some other people not part of your squad and then he gets reported, sometimes, the entire squad will get reported by other players na nakalaro niya. So, that's one. And of course, you want to have a good teamwork with your squad members and if you want to really take it seriously, yung ano din, sakto sa time. So, kung okay yung time slot nyo, you can play, more regularly para
Mm.
mas okay yung teamwork nyo. And, you can advance pretty quick. And then for those who want to, create squads or team na, for as parang a manager. So,
Uh-huh.
you being outside of the picture and, wanting to create a team is first you have to look for, deserving people. So, sometimes meron kasi mga players na magaling, well off, but
Mm.
for me lang naman kasi is it's better if you can help yung mga players na magaling pero mas kailangan pa ng support
Mm.
or exposure.
Nice.
So, it's because you just don't want to make money off the team. It's because
Mhm.
you want to help them too as well. So, ganun din naman yun, di ba? If you are managing a team really, really well, of course, the lucrative side will come in. But at the same time, you'll be able to help itong mga players. Yan. And for those, ano yung second, who want to create their stream,
Yeah, mga sariling
yeah,
streamers and tournament organizers.
ayun. Okay. So the tournament organizers is you can do it two ways. Una yung informal, mga mini tournaments via live stream, Facebook yan. And yung isa naman mga formal tournaments. Ito yung may mga big sponsors. Yeah, will be hosted by yung mga big pages, ganun, mga official pages. So if you want to create a tournament via your stream, it's good na mag-start muna kayo. You don't need actually sobrang daming followers.
Oh,
Because,
okay.
you have 100,000 followers or 200,000, but yung reach kasi tinatawag, engagement reach, it's
Okay.
how much, people support you.
Mm.
You can have 3,000 followers, pero solid yung mga yan.
Maganda okay na yung base na yun pala.
Yes, that is what matters the most. When you look for sponsors, hindi tinitignan ng sponsors actually yung number of followings. They look at yung engagement. The engagement of their followers. Like, ilan yung nanonood, ilan yung nagko-comment, ilan nagla-like, share. Yeah, it's the insights. Yung insights ng page mo. So, it's more about engagement. So, yung mga kontiang followers, it's okay. As long as solid kayo, and, you're friends with them, ganyan, and they support you really well, you can actually, organize tournaments and get your own sponsors. And then, for me, you really have to organize it very well. You have to plan, I think, at least 2 weeks before ka magpa-tournament. Yes, you should really think thoroughly about the rules of your tournament because marami ako based on experience, maraming nagko-complain. So, I had my first tournament, syempre hindi siya perfect. Like yung magre-register sila, there's a pre-registration. And then, I will choose the squads that will get in. So, yung mga nag-register din nakapasok, they complained. So, the next tournament ko, ginawa ko ng live picking. Yung squads. Simple things like this.
Interesting.
And, yes, you can also make your tournament, yung isa with a fee, may entrance fee. Yung isa naman, free lang. So, it's up to you. Yung sa akin, free lang naman siya. Then, I look for may mga friends na nagsusponsor, ganun. It really helps. And then, for the formal tournaments naman, of course, this is, the bigger picture. You really have to get big sponsors so that you'll be able to entice big players. Yan. Yung mga talagang professional, yan, mga eSports, yan.
Or si Jikkie mismo, di ba? Gawin yung guest
Alright. Tapos yung sa streamers naman, the last point is yung mga gusto mag-stream is you will not be able to monetize your page right away. The key here is to be consistent. Yun. And you have to enjoy it. Promise. Because if you don't enjoy what you're streaming, what you're playing, mababurn out ka lang.
Yeah.
And yeah, you will only reap the rewards or, enjoy the benefits after, ilang panahon pa. It might take, months. But what's important is you have to stream regularly and consistently. And ito lang ma-advise ko. As long as may nanonood when you're live, even if it's one person, don't end your stream. Just continue because one person is watching you.
Oh my God. That's actually one of the best match points we've heard so far, no, Chip?
Actually, it is, no? Carlo, advice din sa atin yun.
Advice nga sa'yo. Sideway yun ni Madam para sa atin. Kasi parang, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, naku, and I think that goes for most of the things that we do in life, right?
But then, Carlo, maganda din yung dinadrive ni Jikkie dito na, you don't really go for the monetary part of it.
Exactly.
I think the most important thing that Jikkie mentioned or her advice is basically enjoy what you do. And what comes after that is basically the bonus, 'di ba?
Yeah. Exactly.
Kasi kung 'di ba kung yung puso nga naman is about the money, it's going to be half-hearted or half-baked, but at the same time it would cause your downfall. It's not something that's going to be worthwhile eventually. Lalo na kung hindi mo naman ini-enjoy. Diba?
Kumbaga,
Mararamdaman ko ng mo yun, viewers.
passion
Yeah,
yan,
yeah,
passion.
Passion,
Passion / baby kung yung nasabi nga natin nung una.
Not for us,
Yeah.
Carlo. It's not our baby. Pangit pakinggan yun. Alright? That's not gonna be
Alright.
our thing. Okay?
Like what we said, that's actually one of the best match points where we have heard so far. And that's the buzzer for another episode for our podcast tonight. We wanted to thank our guest, Jikkie Lee, for joining us today. Jikkie, thank you so much.
Thank
Maraming
you.
salamat for your time.
Thank you, Carlo and Chip.
Thank you, then. We appreciate it, no?
Yeah, that's it for now. Before you go, you, as always, please look us up on our gamehigh.ph website. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at thegamehigh.ph. Also, Jikkie Lee, like what we mentioned, Jikkie LeeLuxe will actually be back to streaming this next Thursday.
No, tomorrow.
So tomorrow.
This Thursday.
Yeah,
This
this Thursday.
Actually, Carlos, since it's going to be released next week, she started last Thursday na.
Last Thursday, correct.
Right.
And please make sure that you guys are following her page on Facebook. That's Jikkie LeeLuxe. And maybe Jikkie can quickly tell us what's happening on your next stream.
Yeah, it's gonna be the JCI Manila tournament. So I'll be shoutcasting together with my cousin Japs Gaming, one of the persons who encouraged me to play Mobile Legends.
Nice.
Fantastic.
It's gonna be an intense game as well. So it's gonna be fun for sure.
Nakilala ata tayo, Carlo, na nasa JCI Manila na tournament, di ba? Anong team
I
local
think
ata
si
yun?
Ramon King.
Si
Yes,
Ramon. Si
Ramon
team local.
King manages a team. It's ATFX, I think.
Okay, so iba pala. Hindi pala yun yung Carlo. But yeah, we know about Roman King.
Diba?
Correct siya.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're a very small circle. But definitely you have viewers on that one. I will be definitely watching Jikkie.
Thank you so much.
Alright.
Sa mga manonood, thank you.
Yep. Guys, as usual, if you have any suggestions, violent reactions, or basically your thoughts on our current episode, we would love to hear from you. Just hit us up in the comment section or message us through our Facebook or Instagram pages. Thank you again for listening to us. This is Chip.
And this is Carlo.
Cheers, guys. We'll see you then.
Ciao.